How exciting is this? The sport package is live at the Grandstand, and we're here because it is the Pokerstars rally over the next few days. And you know what? It's good to be back, first of all. Thank you to Charlie Yao for covering the sport package last weekend while we were away. Congratulations, of course, to Connor Cummins and Danielle Cummins now, as I was at the wedding. So thanks to Charlie for the coverage. But also have to say a massive thank you also to Vicky Hewson of Whim Boutique in Laxey here in the Isle of Man for giving me this most amazing scarf. The scarf has been donated by Whim Boutique, which is lovely, and you can buy the scarf from Whim Boutique. It's just £15, but £5 the profit will be going straight to the British Legion. So that's a little bit about that and the reason why I'm wearing this wonderful scarf this evening. So thanks to Vicky Hewson. Okay, Scotty Bradshaw, we are here live at the Grandstand. It's a little bit quiet at the moment, though.
Yeah, it's the day before the really hectic day. This is the day when the marshals come to sign on, and I believe you're going to do a piece with Mark and a bit about that. So yeah, we're a little bit short of marshals, so we could do with some really. Tomorrow night, yeah, this room will be a little bit different. There's about 90 crews all coming here to get scrutineered, and the cars all checked and documentation done, and then the rally starts on Friday night and all day Saturday. It's a Manx Sport event, and the event that for me, this is probably the best rally of the year.
Why is that?
There's no pressure. It's the end of the season. It's a rally that a local can win, which the Manx National and the International, it's very difficult for a local to win, especially these days. I managed to win this one about 25 years ago, so it's been going a while.
A long while, hey?
I don't think it was called the Pokerstars back then. I don't even think Pokerstars existed. But
it's great, of course, that they're on board as a sponsor, though, isn't it?
It is. The route that these guys have put together is fantastic. It's a really compact route. It's a very good route for spectators because there's not loads and loads of, different places. It's very compact, and there's no loops, which is great. So every stage is a stage. There's a lot of stuff around Drewdale area, so there's a good vantage point there, very famous vantage point. But the thing that stands out about this rally is the quality of the entry. It is phenomenal, and every single field, the Class B cars, which are the 1.6s, you can't pick a winner. The two-wheel drive brigade is going to be Michael Dunlop. Who else is going to be? Well, there's Callum Duffy from Mull. Obviously, with the Mull rally unfortunately being cancelled, we've picked up a few of their entries.
And you think that's one of the reasons why this is actually going to be really, as you say, a very good entry list then this year?
Yeah, the quality, because the Mull's not on, some of them really good people have come here. Paul Bird, obviously from the motorcycle team. He'll
be on it to prove a mission after, of course, winning the championship at the BSB.
Yeah. Well, he's made a comeback to rally. He had a couple of years off, unfortunately, and he's made a comeback. And I think he's had out of the 4 rallies, he's had 2 wins and 2 podiums, something like that. So he's always quick here. There's Daniel Harper in the Mini, who won it last year, who's going to be very quick. And then there's Andy Dudgeon, who is probably the best local chance of a win.
Manx Grand Prix winner. I mean, he can transfer skills from a bike to a car. I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
He's 1 in a million. You get older people like David Knight can ride a bike and he can drive a car very quick. I can ride a bike and drive a car. But what Andy Dudgeon can do is pretty special. For me, he's the best chance we've got of a local win.
And what number is he and what car is he driving?
Is he in the top 5, Mark? Is he? Yeah, I think he's somewhere there. He's in a red Mitsubishi Evo, which has got a brand new engine in it. He was away testing a R5 car this week because he thought he might have been hiring an R5 car for it. That fell through, so he's in the old Evo, which is ridiculously fast. But the way that guy can just jump off a bike and get into a car is incredible.
This shows you how much I know about rallying, okay? Because I thought Ild Evo was like a pop group or something.
Who?
Yeah, the car that Andy's in.
Oh, the Evo, old Evo.
Not Ild Evo then. Just going back to that point, actually, I'm not very well known for the rally scene. This is a first thing for me to obviously cover, and a little bit nervous about it. Looking forward to it. Just give me a dummy's guide to the rally itself.
Okay, so tomorrow night we've got tonight we've got Marshall signing on. Tomorrow night we have scrutineering. Rally starts Friday. It's all based up north at the Manx Motor Museum. It will probably be raining. It usually is on this rally, and I don't know, what can you say. I just can't express how. If anybody wants to go and watch a rally, this is the one to watch because there's just.
But
so
how
many
does
battles.
it work, Scotty? How does it work? I mean, you've got
How does
9
it work?
stages, right?
Right.
And you cover it 3 times. Is that right?
You'd be better speaking to Mark, who's the Chief Marshal, about all of the ins and outs because I'm doing the 0 car, so I know where I'm going and what time I'm going, but I don't know about everybody else.
How can you keep an eye on, obviously, who's going to be winning the race as well?
Right. The Facebook group that we have 2 Facebook groups. One's called Manx Rally Media and one is called Manx Club Motorsport. And there's quite often things put in there. I would imagine you've got a live results as well.
I believe there are live timings, so
Yeah.
I'll talk to Mark about that in just a moment as well.
The link for that will be in the rally groups as well.
And the overall winner, also there's a presentation obviously on Saturday night as well.
Yes, there's a presentation, yeah. I don't know if I've got a ticket for that because we've got a grass auto test on Sunday morning. So
I just thought you might be barred.
No, I'm not barred. No, I'm allowed. I'm allowed back in. I've sort of redeemed all me bad things that I've done in the past by organising quite a few events this year and stuff. So no.
Your co-driver,
Yeah.
somebody special.
Yeah, well, I took him with me on the Manx Rally, and he was 3 days over 16, so he was allowed.
This is, of course, if anybody's wondering, this is your son.
Yeah. He's just itching to drive. He's counting down the days till he's 17, you know, because you can't compete till you're 17. So, yeah, so we're taking him out on this one. We've got a job to do. There's 2 reasons for doing it. One is to give him an insight into the stages, but the main reason is for me to learn a bit about the radios because I'm heading down the Clerk of the Course route over the next year or so. So this is one of the things that I need to do to get the tick in the box for that. So I'm looking forward to it. We've got a job to do. We're in the old Honda. We're going to be going quite fast, but we're not going to be going, you know, we're on, I'd say we're probably going to be going 90% rally speed.
And what was the number of the that you put up, obviously, signing on last night?
Yeah,
You put out your
000.
number, what is it?
000.
It's pretty cool,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is, yeah. I'm quite honoured to be doing it, actually, to be running at the front of the field with such a quality entry and such, well-known rally drivers coming. It's going to be a right spectacle for people, so yeah, get out and watch, definitely.
Okay, you mentioned Druidale as a spectator, obviously a spot to go to. Where else would you say?
For me, the Andrea stage is one of the best. It's not one that I'm very good on when I drive, but when I did it, I PR'd it the other week, which is where you go out and speak to all the landowners and stuff, and it's just got everything, you know. And there's so many junctions. It's very easy for spectators to not have to walk too far to watch. They can drive into a certain point, park the car, and then walk in. So, and the Currachs is also like that. The Slowolian one is probably a bit more difficult to watch.
So really, we're looking at Druidale and Andrews that you'd say are good spectator places to go to.
And the Currachs and the Brackenbroom stage is also, and that obviously has the classic Starvey in it and stuff like that. So all the well-known vantage points that we normally have, like Starvey and Druidale, etc., they're all just the same as the big rally. This has gone from being a small rally, and what Manx Autosport have done is turned it into a massive rally in the space of a few years, so it's great.
We're very, very fortunate to have it here, of course, Scotty. I mean, I obviously wish you the very best. If you are watching this and you're thinking of any other spectator areas to go to, then make sure that you comment below so that other people can have areas to go to as well, apart from what Scotty's just advised. Good luck this weekend. I know you're going to help me out within the service area tomorrow, not the pits. Slightly different language to the TT, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the service area that we're going to be going to and having a chat with you, and of course the top riders coming through. Drivers. This is going to have to change my language now, isn't it? Definitely.
Joe, to be honest with you, Joe, it's great. It's great that you've come on board. It's great that you're doing what you do with the sports package, because in the past this event wouldn't really get any coverage, and this year especially it really deserves it. It's huge.
Thanks, Scotty. It's great to be part of it. So thanks for taking the time. I believe you need to go out with your wife now.
Yeah, I've got 2 hours out of the kids, so I'm taking out for tea.
Go and enjoy it. We're going to have a chat now with the Chief Marshal, Mark Ellison. So, Mark, come into the space. You're going to have to stand up. Oh, what a shame. So I'd like to introduce you to Chief Marshal, which is Mark Ellison. Mark, you've been involved with the rally scene in the Isle of Man for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, do I have to mention the number of years?
Yeah, you do. Come on.
43, I think, is when I first did my first Clerk of the Course job. So, yeah.
And how's it changed over those years?
Oh, it's the amount of paperwork now is just incredible. It's getting silly, to be honest with you.
Okay, why is that?
Regulations. It's even now when we've got, if you want at Marshal now, you've got to bring ID.
Do you think that was quite a straightforward, simple thing to do, considering how much people travel these days?
Well, every Marshal now should be accredited, and at least one accredited person should be on a stage. On a junction. So, and sometimes we need 2 or 3, and sometimes even more than that.
So for the Pokerstars Rally this weekend, how many are you looking at?
We probably need 130 marshals, and I don't think we've got 30 at the moment.
Wow, okay, so you're actually after another 100 marshals, at least even.
Yeah, I mean, if I sound as though I'm down, you can imagine so, because there's a lot of work gone into this. I mean, there's 6 months' work, and people just aren't turning up.
So you're going to have to close stages, aren't you, if there's not enough marshals?
Yeah, quite simply. I mean, at the moment, what I'm trying to do is I'm putting marshals in places which are from the start line, so that if I do have to shorten a stage, I shorten the stage from the fly and finish stop line.
Okay, so if you want to entice people now to obviously come and marshal on Saturday, on Friday evening and Saturday, what's the benefit of marshalling to them? Why should they marshal?
Well, a marshal actually is part of the organisation. They are an official there. They're part of the event. And as anyone tell you, the marshals get the very, very best vantage points. You know, and as Scotty said, this is going to be one amazing event. You know, we have on Friday night up at Slowellian, we actually have the cars which are basically at one point 30 seconds apart. On Saturday, every stage is 30 seconds apart. So you're not waiting. And there will be times where cars will be right on the bumper.
And we've got literally over 90 teams on the entry list.
Yeah, I think there's 86, 87 at the moment. We do have a couple have come in, and then we've got a few that have gone out. Indeed, at one point, I think we had 117 entries for 80 spaces. And the quality of the stage, and people know what the Isle of Man's like. So if you can imagine, we had over 80 entries in 37 hours and 7 minutes from the entries opening.
Wow, that's incredible. And of course, they are no doubt doing a plea also for marshals themselves, because marshals, they can't race out there.
That's right. And that's what really worries me at the moment, is that we have fantastic stages, an amazing, amazing entry. But if we don't get people coming through the doors between tonight and tomorrow night, then what will go back is that the Isle of Man cannot host a rally.
Well, we certainly can host a rally, so we need to make that happen, don't we? So obviously, if you know someone, or if you would like to make sure that you want to get down here and sign on, we've got tonight until...
Well, we're here till 8:30, but I'll stay on as long. If someone phones up and just says, look, you know, I'm on my way.
What's your phone number?
491100.
Okay, and also signing in is happening tomorrow as well?
Yeah, I'll be up here from about 5 o'clock. We officially open at 5:30. But again, if someone says to me, you know, I'll be there at 5, I'll be here at 5. Well, I'm going to be anyway, yeah. We
want to make sure that Pokerstars really happens. I'm sure you do too. So if you do know somebody that can give up some of their time to be able to marshal, the weather's not looking that bad at this stage either. Please get in touch with Mark. Have a look at the Facebook pages, because it's all over. I know we've posted it on the Sport Package page as well, but we really do need your help to come down here and marshal. Tell me, Mark, we've got to end with something positive there, because this is going to happen. We're definitely going to get the pull of the Manx community. I know it always seems to happen last minute, but just tell me something that you really love about the rally yourself and that you're passionate about.
The end. I honestly have got to admit, the end. I get up, finish, job done, and I go for a beer or two. And I just love that. No, it's the organisation.
That'd be the presentation evening that you're talking about, of course.
Yeah, the presentation usually finishes about midnight, and I don't.
So after that, then.
Yeah. No, it's the organisation, and it's seeing that the faces, you know, the people who are here, and, you know, they love these events. They do. It is just something special. And if
do you actually get, sorry, Matt, do you actually get time to go out and watch any of it?
No. No, I don't. There might be a possibility of me getting to a junction and seeing it. When you consider that there are stages here on the Isle of Man that world champions consider to be in the top 5 stages in the world, I mean, that has got to say something about these roads.
Absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? I mean, we're so passionate about motorsport on the Isle of Man, and we know, obviously, within our motorsport community how much we do need those marshals out there, so I do really understand that. Yeah,
without a doubt. Without them, I mean, you know, this event will not happen. Any event would happen. I mean, without volunteers, any organiser will tell you, you've got nothing.
No, absolutely. Well, that's why also I notice at other motorsport events that happen over here, even when the racers aren't racing, they actually get out there and marshal themselves as well.
Yeah, we have people from other events that are coming out to help, but at the moment, we are very, very short.
Okay, so say the racing all goes ahead, every stage is complete with marshals. What should I be looking out for? Give me some tips, because, you know, I'm not very familiar with the Pokerstars Rally. So what do I need to be thinking about this next few days?
In what respect? What you, as for
covering, what should I be doing? What would you say that the viewers perhaps would want to see?
Well, you need to be speaking to the drivers and the co-drivers, and don't just talk to the drivers. You know, the co-drivers are the management in the car.
I've got Leonie Cool in my Don't You Worry. I've had a tip-off from David Clucas, who thinks that he's going to get away without speaking to me sat over there. But, yeah, Leonie Cool, for instance, has just started her co-driving career as such. So you're absolutely right. It's so important because the Isle of Man, or the Manx Rally, the National Rally, we all just need co-drivers as well. That's a big plea too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is at the moment. We are short of co-drivers, and it is something that, you know, is not expensive to do. Drivers usually end up paying for majority, but they pay for the car, they pay for the bits and pieces that are needed, or the tyres. Sometimes a co-driver will pay for the fuel. But yeah, it is a cheap way of getting into the sport. It's not something that I have to say I will do again, because I just want to drive. But yeah, but unfortunately, both my cars, when I lent them out, got wrote off. So.
Okay, and on that note...
say thank you, Tasha, my daughter. Yeah.
Mark, thanks so much for talking to us, and obviously I'll catch up with you over the next few days, but let's hope we get some more marshals. So point to that camera and tell them to get signed on. Please
come forward. I'm here at the grandstand waiting for you to turn up.
And he'll be here all night. Thanks, Mark. We are going to just go and have a little chat with David Clue, because look at him, he is cringing away here. So, David, I was told on Facebook by many, many people that I needed to have a chat with you. No, I'm coming closer to you than over there. I can't sit on the other side of the table and have a chat with you. You've been a busy man this evening. Well, not busy enough, because obviously we need more marshals out there.
Yeah, it takes quite a while actually to organise it, so it's not just like this week or tonight or like even tomorrow night leading up to it. It's been about 6 months that the guys have been working on this, and then I've been kind of dragged in last minute. So it's
you knew that was going to happen though, didn't you?
I was kind of hoping to have this one off, to tell you the truth, to go out and watch, but that's not the case.
So what are you going to be doing for the next few days?
Well, that's still up in the air at the moment. Originally it was going to help out with SS1, going over Druidale, doing the deputy stage command of that, but that's changed. So we've had somebody who's unfortunately not been able to make it now, so I might have to switch over to a different role. I was originally meant to be assistant clerk of the course as well, so it's kind of it's going to be all amalgamated into one big lump. But
tell us your history with the rallying scene in the Isle of Man.
Well, it all started with my dad originally. I mean, I used to go out with as a little nipper. He used to have a Mini that he used to burn up the fields with in the old cruise. I mean, there was him and a few others that started Druidale Motor Club, and that's kind of like grown up since then. Went to bike racing and things like that, and then took a break. Well, it's kind of like an enforced break.
I was going to say, it wasn't particularly a break that you wanted to take, though, was it?
Well, you could say it was quite a few breaks, but all at one time and all up against the tyre wall. But it's it's fine. You know, it's just what it is. Then I took a break and then started. Somebody tried to convince me to go night rallying, so I bought a little car for night rallying and then bumming around the tracks in the fields and the plantations. That was quite good fun. So then unfortunately it's graduated on since then. So
it's in the blood then.
It's. I don't think it ever comes out though, does it? Really.
Recently injured?
Shouldn't really talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about that, though, are we? Because we're just saying we don't want to really advertise. And also, we're not doing a very good advertisement for motorsport right now.
It's. I mean, anybody who goes into motorsport and doesn't think that, you know, that there isn't any risk there is not in it for the right reasons. There's always a risk there, but it's, to tell you the truth, it's really as safe as it can possibly make it. And it's just that we were unlucky, and in that rally nearly everybody finished, so it was just one of those things.
So let's talk about this rally that's happening in the next couple of days. Obviously, it's starting on Friday evening. It's full day on Saturday, then Saturday presentation. The entry list, I mean, if you've only just joined us here on the Sport Package on Facebook, we're live at the Grandstand with David Clucas, who's very well known, as I say, within the rally scene. Talked to Mark Ellison and before that Scotty Bradshaw. But it's a very, very exciting race because, in actual fact, the entry list is massive, isn't it? With some huge names and great talent on the list too.
It's huge, really. You could actually say that it's probably the best Manx rally that we've had in quite some time. I mean, the quality of the entry is phenomenal. I mean, you only have to look in the top 10 or top 20, even if you can go down as far as 20, and then, I mean, you've got the likes of Paul Bird, you've got all those the top lads that have come over to take on the challenge of the Manx Road. It's quite good.
Paul Bird had a massive party, end of season party last weekend. Do you think he'll be up for it?
He should have sobered up by now, I would have thought. But you never know with Paul, do you? You never know.
I believe he's arriving. I believe he's arriving on Thursday morning, tomorrow morning, ready for scrutineering tomorrow. Because this place is going to look very different tomorrow, isn't it?
It will. It'll all change. I mean, there's a lot of work that's put in by the team, and we're always short of team members because there's a lot of pressure put on a very small group, and sometimes it does get very, very stressy, and especially if you've got to make last-minute changes, because anything can crop up, as anybody knows. But I think that the team that we've got is quite amazing in the background, and we can't do it without all the volunteers that are out there, the likes of timekeepers and the marshals and the radio operators and the stage commanders. I mean, it takes everybody to pull together to put this event on, and hopefully this is going to be one of the best rallies that we've seen this year.
One of the best rallies, yet there are 30 signed on at the moment out of marshals, and we need 130 marshals to be able to complete each stage safely and have it, obviously, the right people at the right stages. So if you do have any time on a Friday evening, Saturday full day, then please get in touch with Mark here at the Grandstand and come down and be able to marshal, because you need to sign on first, and if you are signing on, you do need to bring your ID as well with you, so please make sure that you bring that too. But it is a massive plea for people, obviously, to come down and sign on. It's just, it cannot run without enough marshals, can it?
No, and even if you've thought about doing it but never really gone that little extra step to come down, don't worry if you've never done it before, because we'll always make sure that you're placed with an experienced marshal, and hopefully that way you can get the bug like everybody else has.
What about if anyone's a little bit nervous about being out in the dark on Friday evening and marshalling?
No, we all, every single marshal will be handed out a tabard that will be fluorescent, so there isn't any issue with that. And obviously the first thing that we always say to any marshal is that your safety is paramount, so just make sure that you're in a safe place as well. So we'll never ever put anybody in a risky position that they might get hurt or injured or put them into any risk. So. And
those heat warmer things that you get to put in your gloves are really good. It's a good tip to have as well on a cold evening.
A hot flask and quite a lot of things that are warm is probably a good thing.
But the camaraderie between obviously all the marshals is something else as well, isn't it? I mean, you know, everyone's very appreciative of each other, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, that's why the little teams go out and do stages themselves. So there's groups that we've got of marshals that stick together, and it all is teamwork anyway. It doesn't matter whether you're marshalling or timekeeping or even some of the officials that go. We can't do it without the teamwork that are out there. But there are quite a few characters out there that
keep you amused.
Well, yeah, even when you're competing, like some of the things that you see, like there's one guy that puts up bunting at the end, like to do his timekeeping thing, and he's got all the times written down on a big board. It's really, really good, because when you come in and you can see all of it, it is quite fun. So there is a lot of effort put in, and the idea is that everybody has fun. So it's not just the competitors, it's the marshals and the officials. They've got to have a little bit of fun out there.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to my first experience of the Pokerstars rally, and thank you to Pokerstars, of course, for being the sponsor. Again, without sponsorship, a rally like this just couldn't go ahead, could it? So thanks to David, also thanks to Mark and Scotty Bradshaw, who I interviewed earlier on our live piece. This evening it's all about marshals and getting more marshals to sign on. Really, really encourage you, if you can, talk to friends, family, and just get anybody that you know, if they can give up some time, to come down to the Grandstand. The guys are here until late this evening, and they're going to be back also tomorrow from 5:30 here at the Grandstand. The sport package is going to have live coverage again tomorrow. It's going to be slightly different, because it's all going to be about talking to the races, and it's not riders. Oh dear me, motorsport. But it's going to be talking to, of course, the drivers, the co-drivers as well, and we're going to be looking at scrutineering. And then on Saturday we're going to be bringing you live coverage throughout the day of the rally stages, and also of the service area as well, where Scotty Bradshaw Marshal is going to be introducing me to a few characters that have pulled up in the service area. So looking forward to that as David's laughing. Thanks for joining us here this evening. We'll be back with you tomorrow evening.